Peaceful greetings to everyone. This is Team Sabalie. My name is Akai. This is my wife and her name is
Kimaya. Hi.
Hello. Yes. We're creating this video just to talk about republished fasting or fasting in total. How does fasting work? How does it work to heal the body? How can not chewing or eating something really help me? All these different questions that we have about fasting. So that's what we're going to do our best to answer today, and we hope that we do our best, or we hope that we are of service enough to you to help you with your journey, and we appreciate anyone that looks to us for some answers. But remember that all the answers are within you, and everything we know you know as well. It's all in your DNA. As soon as you clean out that blood, you'll get that information. But just to start off, that's our introduction. My wife here, she's going to be the foundation of the video, because the woman is the foundation and the man is like the house. So she's going to kind of guide the video in the ways that it should be guided. But basically,
I've made a couple of notes, so
just telling her to speak a little louder so you all can hear. But she's made a few notes, so she will speak on those notes. So basically the first thing is, what is fasting, correct?
that's correct, yeah.
Correct. So fasting is actually getting us back to what we used to be years and years and years and years and years and years ago. The breatharian, the icogenarian state of being, that showing that the body is a true alchemist and that it can source everything that it needs from the breath and the sunlight and the water that you intake, really from the breath, because air is really just like a less dense form of the sea. You know, there's certain elements in the air that the body can use, you know, for everything that it needs. All the constituents and everything are in the air that the body needs to make what it needs. But basically, what is fasting? How does it work? Fasting is basically giving your body a rest to stop digesting so many things, to help it to go on to healing. When you get cut, you heal. When you break your bones, you heal. When anything happens, you know, your body heals. It's always trying to heal. That's the purpose of it. It's creating cells. You know, new cells are being brought up, and other cells are being brought down, or whatever you want to say. Life is being created on a minute-to-minute basis. But basically, imagine you have like 2,000 cells or 2,000 workers in your body. You have the workers that are trying to fix your knees, the workers that are always trying to fix your eyes, the workers that are always trying to fix your blood, the ones that are trying to fix your heart, all these different little organs. You know, you have all these different workers. Now, imagine that, you know, you give 1,800 of these workers are the ones that are always working on your digestion, while the other 2,000, or I messed that up, 1,800 are always working on digestion, while the other 200 are working on the rest of the total healing of the body process. Because digestion takes a lot of work. Your stomach has to work, juices are going to have to work, your large intestines, small intestines, your brain is working, your blood is working. A lot of things are working when you're digesting food, so it takes a lot of energy out of your body to just digest food. And then it doesn't matter what substance it is, whether it's herbs, whether it's foods, whatever, your body has to digest it. Now, there comes a point to where the less dense you go on the scale of food, the better it is for your body, and the less things that it has in that food to agitate your body, the better it is for your body, because we live off of our breath. This is why someone can eat, you know, chicken, corn, all these different things, starchy foods and everything, but still be okay, versus someone who else is eating healthier. You know, and both people are living. How are they living? You know, is it really the food that they're living off of, or is it the breath? It's the breath. It's the breath of life. It is them within themselves that is making them still live to go on to the next day. And basically, the cells, let's go back to that cell picture that we were talking about. You have 2,000 workers in your body, which are the cells. And 1,800 or 1,800 of those workers within your body are always doing something, like digesting the food. Once you give that 1,800 workers in your body a chance or a break to go and help the people up there in the eye department, or the people up there or down there in the foot department, or the people in the heart department, or the people in the hand department, or the people in the skin department, you give the body a total break to do what it's best at doing, which is healing itself. That's what fasting is. In fact, it's getting the cells to get back to what they need to do, which is heal, and they want to heal. The cells in your body want to be alive just as much as you want to be alive. That means if you want to be alive, great bunch, you will figure it out and get all the answers that you need to get. This is why you're watching this video. This video didn't come to you because it was forced upon you. It came to you because you attracted it in your life. So we all attract our own death, and we all attract our own life. So basically, that's that kind of thing with fasting. Did I kind of get into
Yeah,
it?
so now we want to move on to how do I start? How do I start fasting?
Well, fasting can be done in many, many different ways. There's so many ways to fast. There's fasting where you just drink water. There's fasting where you don't take in anything. And then there's fasting where you do just fruits, water, and juices. There's fasting where you do water, juices, and fruit. There's fasting where you do herbs. The fasting that we're talking about today is the fasting that we developed ourselves, which is called the Herbal Arts fasting. And in the department below that, or the lesser of that, the less intensity form of that, is the Herbal Arts fruit cleanse. The Herbal Arts fasting is when you take water, Herbal Arts, and some freshly made juices by yourself. You take those in, that'll be the Herbal Arts fasting. The Herbal Arts fruit cleanse is Herbal Arts fruit, water, and juices. So the difference between them is the Herbal Arts fasting does not have the fruits. And the fruits, and basically what it is, you wanted to just take in Herbal Arts water and juices for 30 to 90 days. I recommend at least 90 days, but if you can only do 30, 20, 10 days, fine. That's great. Amazing. That's way better than you've ever done before. But try and get 90 days in, or at least 30 days. Please, at least 30 days to really get your body going and restoring the health, the collagen and the cellular balance that it needs. So what happens with that is you're performing a cleansing within the cells. You're allowing the cells to cleanse themselves out instead of having to have them digest certain foods, and well, really they're all stimulants. Digest these stimulants. You're allowing them to heal themselves. Before I move on, I was thinking on something else. You can move on to the next question. But basically, that's the Herbal Arts fasting. The Herbal Arts fruit cleanses is you're just eating raw fruit with the Herbal Arts and the water and the juices for 30 to 90 days. Basically, the best one to do is the Herbal Arts fasting. Whatever you have, the Herbal Arts fasting will help your body to restore itself. The Herbal Arts fruit cleanse is a lesser version of it for less serious conditions. But the Herbal Arts fruit cleanse can work and will work. It just takes a longer process, a longer time to help your body restore its balance within. So they're highly recommended that you do those two. Once again, just to review them, Herbal Arts fasting is just the water, the Herbal Arts, and the juices. If you can do away with the juices, that'd be great. With just water and Herbal Arts, that is perfect. The Herbal Arts fruit cleanses of fruits, raw fruits, Herbal Arts, water, and juices. That's the Herbal Arts fruit cleanse. You have two versions now, okay? So those are those. Next question.
And when should I start?
You should start as soon as you can. There should never be a delay in getting healthy. If you're watching this video, if you can start it, start now or start the next day. Do not hold off your process with healing. Even on our website, we have our Herbal Arts, which this one right here is Isanso. Really, it's only, it can be a lot if you look at it in that way, but it's only $49.99. It will last you a long time. All you need is just a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons at most in your 8 to 16 ounce fluid ounce cup of tea. 8 to 16 ounce fluid ounces of spring water. That's all you need is just at least 1 teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. You don't need a whole lot. Do not abuse herbs, okay? The body itself knows how to heal. It just uses these things to move along the healing process a little better. It's really for you to help you with your symptoms and all of that. But the body knows best. So you only need a little bit. And this should last, at least 30 days. It can last 30 to 90 days just depending on how you use it. You don't even need it every day. It's good to take them every day if you can, but you don't have to take them every day. What you should be taking every day is sunlight, try and drink your water, and conscious breathing, which we'll discuss that later in the video. But basically, the way to start is you're going to wake up in the rising. You're going to maybe take your eye minerals of 92 if you get eye minerals of 92 from us. But, you know, or whichever ones you get. Let's just say you only bought Isanso. You wake up, you take a tablespoon of Isanso with some spring water, move on throughout your day. If you're on the fruit cleanse, you can eat some fruit a little bit later, or at least 30 minutes after you drink your tea. And then later on throughout the day, you can eat more fruit if you want. The less you consume, the better. And then you have then you can take some more at nighttime. Is that pretty much how I pretty much describe it?
Yeah.
Or
can I eat any fruits?
you can eat the fruits that we have listed on our icogenarian chewing guide, because those fruits are less altered fruits, because a lot of the fruits that we have today are cultivated, and anything cultivated is a fake food. All the wild foods in the wild that did not need man to grow it, did not grow on a farm or any of that, those are the nature-made foods. Those are the truly alkaline, bio-native foods that we need for our system. But since we've been subjected to, or since we have subjected ourselves, because we have power over ourselves, since we've subjected ourselves to these farms and all these other things, we have at Sabalie provided a list of fruits that you can consume. The ones without the stars are the best ones to consume while you're on your Ibelards fruit cleanse. If you're on your Ibelards fast, you should just be having Ibelards some water and juices whenever you need them. But yeah, so you want to avoid fruits with starch, because starch is glucose, and no matter what anyone says, glucose is not healthy. It's not an energy. It doesn't provide energy for the body. What provides energy for the body is minerals. If glucose is such an energy provider, then we could eat a whole bunch of glucose and our bodies will feel and not want to eat. You know that a food is a food if it decreases your appetite, causes you not want to eat that much, and that's pretty much it. So when you take these Ibelards, for instance, you know, your appetite goes down. Even though you may not even be chewing as much, it's because you're feeding your cells directly. When you eat lots of starches, all you want to do is, ooh, let me eat more, more fries, more this, more that, because they're not necessarily feeding your cells. Every 2 minutes you're having a snack, every 2 hours you're having a snack, because you're not feeding your cells, your body is consistently starving. And you will find out how much you're truly starving once you begin your fast, because you will have to feel the detox pains, which we call hunger pains. You'll have to feel those initially in the beginning. They will subside once your body is filled up back with the nutrition that it needs from the air, the sunlight, and the water, and then minimally from the Ibelards and the fruits if you're on the fruits. So yeah, and for anyone that talks about sugar, oh, am I eating too much sugar if I'm on fruits? Listen, if you're eating starch, and you can look on our website for the article, if you're eating starches all the time, you know, wheats, modern wheat, and a lot of the things that have starch in them, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all these things, they're filled with starch, and all starch is glucose and carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is dangerous. It will deplete your body of minerals. Glucose is the same, but glucose will just have you up and down with the scale of energy per se. So you want to avoid as much as glucose as possible. You want to avoid as much sugar as possible when you're on these things. But no, you're not eating more sugar when you're on fruits, because you're not eating as much starchy things. Believe it or not, once again, a potato is filled with glucose because it's filled with starch, so it's filled with sugar. So don't let just because something's not sweet or doesn't taste sweet that it's not filled with sugar. Those things are filled with sugar.
And what would you say are the benefits of fasting?
The benefits of fasting is you get a wonderful woman that looks this beautiful. No, I'm just joking. But the benefits of fasting...
You do.
You gotta do it because you're on the same frequency. So the benefits of fasting is, one, first of all, you have peace within the home. You know, becoming an icogenarian, which is the lifestyle that we've now made up and developed, which is really not even our lifestyle or anything. It's really just going back to the cosmic arrangement of life and the cosmic procession of life. That's what really icogenarian is about, going back to that state that we should be at. That is what fasting does. It brings you back to your peace, because it brings you back to void, nothing. It shows you that you are nothing. You don't need these things that we call nutrition and you don't need a lot of things that we actually encounter on a day-to-day basis. You will see within 10 to 20 to 30 days, and she can even say that you will see that your thoughts, your everything will change. The thoughts that you have now are influenced by parasites, the starches that you eat, the sugars that you eat, which all those are the same thing, the alcohol that you eat, sugar, alcohol, starch, is all really the same thing. It all comes down to the same thing. The way they make alcohol is you take sugar, fermented, blah, 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 and boom, you have alcohol. Look up how to make up ethanol. But pretty much, what was the question again? I lost track.
Just the benefits of
The benefits of fasting is, one, you have lots of love. Love in the home. And that's very important now. You have people that they know they love each other so much, but there's, for some reason, somebody's always snapping on each other because there's agitation within, and it has to be expelled. Man is a direct environment of his, man's environment is a direct correlation of his environment within. As Wiley Brooks said in one of his interviews, once you clean up the blood of the people, you clean up the universe. You clean up you clean up the earth, the Gaia, whatever you want to call it. So the benefits of fasting would be to heal yourself of anything, to be peaceful, to be happy, and that's all I can offer for that. There's so many more, but what else in life are you really looking for? When you're going
become content as well.
Yeah, you
With what
don't
you
want
have.
much, you know what I mean? You stop talking about small talk, you start talking about bigger things. I mean, life just changes, you know. You don't have worries, you're not afraid of death, you're not, none of that. You're just loving, love. That's just all it is. So what would be the next thing now? Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I done the Eye Over Arts fruit cleanse, and I did that for 27 days. The main benefits that I had was increased energy, a lot more motivated. I started attracting new people into my life. I was on a different vibration, so the people around me were on a totally different level and uplifted me. I would say that the first 5 to 7 days were really difficult for me, just because obviously detox pains, hunger pains, and especially when you're working and you're in the working environment as well, you know, there's people around you that are still eating food.
And you're becoming more sensitive to what things they're saying, and you know, things like
yeah, and you're a lot more sensitive to the environment that you're in. For example, you know, when you're working in an environment that's a lot of air conditioning, that started to affect me. Bright light started to affect me as well. But after the 7 days, I mean, I started to feel amazing. So yeah, I definitely recommend that, you know, everybody gives it a go and incorporates it into their lifestyle, not just for a healing journey, but just for anyone's journey. You know, it's definitely will have a benefit in your life. Next, we're going to go on to conscious breathing. Could you just comment on?
So conscious breathing is basically, and you want to do this every day, you want to do 18 breaths per minute. With our eye heal tapes, that should be on our website, that is provided by Adonai Sound, a world-renowned famous sound system that comes from Jamaica. But basically, you want to breathe deeply through your nose and out of your mouth, and then sometimes in and out of your nose. But you want to breathe in while you're inhaling. Your belly should, your diaphragm should expand, and your body should be expanding. When you exhale, everything should cave in to massage all the organs within. You want to do 18 of those a minute. So that's 1, 2. Slow, deep, holding in the oxygen in the air to really help your body heal itself. You know, to get that going on and on and on and everything. That would be conscious breathing, and we'll make another video more about that later. But yeah.
What about exercising while you're fasting? And
I would not
building
recommend
muscle?
First of all, the body has a natural height and weight. So when people are looking to inflame, like right now, if you look at me, I'm not all cut up because I'm not supposed to be. Like, the body's not supposed to be cut up. If you're always cut up and you have, that means that your blood is always rushing to your organs to heal the organ, or to heal the the muscles, if it's always rushing to the muscles. Then the organs don't get, all the internal organs don't get any blood, they don't get any nutrients, they don't get that oxygen. And that's what you're doing when you're exercising all the time. You're consistently having the blood rush to the muscles and everything, and you're thinking you look healthy and you're ripped and all this and everything, and you're getting through pain sometime when you work out, and you're trying to do all these different workouts so your body doesn't plateau and go through pains. We're always trying to outdo the body and be smarter than it. Oh, well, your body's going to plateau, so you got to do this other workout. Your body's plateauing for a reason, because your body builds its strength upon what you do to your day-to-day basis. If you're not necessarily in the jungle, then it's not going to build certain muscles that it doesn't need, because that's just wasted resources. So your body has strength, and strength can only really be seen when it is like used up. Like the only time you can see strength, I think Phil Valentine said it one time in his somatic depth lecture, that pretty much you would only know I'm strong if I punched you, but by me punching you, I'm using my strength and hurting you, and taking away strength from myself. I have to. It takes away energy.
Yeah.
So you would never know how strong the body is until you get back to fasting and everything. And trust me, it does get strong. And that electricity is running through your body. That's what creates the strength. It's not the muscles. It's the electricity that you get from the iron and the oxygen, and having your body really hydrated, and which the water acts as that kind of transference of electricity. You ever know when you put something electrical in water, it sparks up? It's the same thing in your body. Your body runs off electricity. Your body makes electricity. So the more that you kind of have the energy within by cleansing within, the more strength that you will have. Building muscles, I don't recommend it. I don't really get into it, and that's a whole nother video in total, which we will talk about. This video is just about fasting. But you don't want to be building muscle while you fast. You want to be healing. You want to be feeling better. You want to wake up and have a clear mind, have peace. You want to wake up and look at your wife and not have any anger towards her. You want to have just peace towards her and towards the world, towards your outlook on the world. If all you see in the world is pain and hate, then that's all that resembles in you. That's all that's happening in you. If you see unlimited peace and love, then that's all that's happening in you. Out of all the things that are happening in the world, I and my wife, or my wife and I, we really don't see the hate and all that anymore. We see it, but we dismiss it so easily, and we go back into the peace of life. And it's certain frequencies of life that you're on. And if you're on a lower frequency, that's all you'll see. If you're on a higher frequency, all you'll see is higher frequencies. You see what you manifest within. So, if all you see, if you're trying to be this, oh, I want muscles or whatever, the only reason you're trying to do that is just because you've seen it on TV. But be yourself. The body has a natural height and weight. Every animal has a natural height and weight. And and us, as the beings that we are, we will look as we are supposed to look once we get back to cleansing. Once you chew correctly and you think correctly, you will look how you're supposed to look. Don't worry about inflaming yourself, which is the first sign of disease, dehydration and inflammation, which is what happens when you exercise. You get dehydrated, and then you get inflamed, which inflammation is excess mucus accumulating in one spot, which is the only disease, because the only disease is the deprivation of oxygen caused by inflammation, and which is excess mucus in one area, and also caused by dehydration. And that mucus will stifle you. It kills you because it stops the oxygen from getting to your body. That's why the mucus is not good. So when you have that excess mucus accumulated in one area, because your body's trying to protect itself by putting the mucus there and attaching certain toxins to the mucus, you hurt yourself. And that's what your body does, is when you're building up all these muscles and you think you're so big and strong, because you lift 400 pounds every day, so mentally, and your mind, which is what really is making you strong, you think that I'm so strong. It's not really necessarily that your muscles are so much stronger, but you're like, okay, I'm super strong, and I can lift up 400 pounds because, yeah, you've been lifting it up every day. Hopefully you could, if you've been doing it for 6 months straight. Versus the guy that hasn't, he's had no need to. Pretty much you're inflaming up yourself, you're causing a whole bunch of disease, you're starving your organs of its food. That should be enough in itself, that you don't want to starve your heart, your kidneys, and all those things of the food that it needs, which is oxygen, and give it all to your muscles, because your muscles are trying to heal every day. They're ripped up because they're ripped around and messed around. So, next question, please.
How can I avoid the detoxification, pains, headaches, dizziness?
The best way to avoid pain is to stop causing yourself pain. It's not the fasting that actually hurts. It's the toxins within that the fasting is getting out. Once the toxins are out and you continue fasting, it doesn't hurt. It just gets more and more peaceful and loving. In the beginning, you will go through these detox pains, which are actually the body's cosmic intelligence acting upon whatever toxins are in the body, expelling those toxins. And you have to feel it because you're the one that put your body through those things in the beginning. And through the generations and generations and generations of toxins that we have held within and put ourselves through is the feelings and the things that we're going to go back through again. Anything that can be done can be undone. Anything that can be undone can be done. Toxins and the pains that we go through have to be undone. And what you can use is some of the herbal arts that we've recommended, which are on our website. And you can talk to us, live chat with us, and we'll let you know which things are to get to lessen your symptoms, or to pretty much calm the voice of the cosmic intelligence which is within your body. To calm that voice down, the pain, to calm it down, you use these stimulants, because all the things that we use right now are stimulants. But to calm them down, and then to keep moving on. But the best thing to know is that the detox will go away. If you are detoxing and you're feeling a certain way, just lay down and rest. Stop trying to be a super person and go into the gym while you're healing yourself. No, I mean, when you go to the hospital, the doctor doesn't say, okay, go work out. He says, lay down and get your rest, which is the same thing. You want to lay down, get your rest. Let your body be its doctor. It will direct you into where you need to go. It will say, hey, you have a headache, rest. Hey, your foot hurts, rest. Hey, this hurts, rest. When the things stop hurting, then you can get up and start doing what you need to do. Stop trying to run away from detox. Stop trying to take things that are going to help you. Oh, I have this symptom, so let me take this, or I have this. Just relax, because the body is communicating with you, and you have to go through this pain to once again experience the pleasure. If we never went through pain, we would never know pleasure. We would never know what it is to feel pleasure. You have to know the other side to appreciate the other side. And it's just that simple.
Okay, I'm ready to get started on my fasting journey. How can Sabalie help me and assist me?
My wife and I, we will talk to you, we'll guide you throughout the whole thing. If anything, you have this video to re-watch and rewatch. We have notes on our website, we have articles on our website. We have a lot of videos coming soon. This should be our first video on our official Sabalie page. I have videos on my old YouTube channel, but we're going to really be focusing on this YouTube channel. And we're going to really be providing some really great content. All the things we talked about today will be talked about in depth throughout our other videos. This was kind of like a skim to kind of introduce ourselves. But pretty much, make sure that you have peace and happiness within, so that you can express it without. And that's really all. That's all I have to say, really. Just be happy, be of love, and just know you are the perfect icogenarian, the breatharian alchemist. You have everything you need within the sunlight, the air, and the water that you consume. Take those things, really appreciate them. Even the air has water in it. The air is just a less dense sea, and all the elements are just different elements and atoms coming together to make different molecules. You have hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. You have two hydrogen atoms that are within the air right now, and you have one oxygen. Your body breathes them in, they take it in, your body makes H2O. Your body is a perfect alchemist. A tree makes chlorophyll. A tree makes many different things that are not necessarily found in other places, because a tree is an alchemist as well, and you are a tree. Remember as well that all plants are alive. Yes, they are. Look up the book, The Secret Life of Plants, and look up on YouTube. There's a video called The Secret Life of Plants. They are very much alive. They hurt, they go through pain and everything. So appreciate your plants. Appreciate them. Talk to them when you pick a plant. All those things. Remember that self-love self. What else do you have to say?
No, we just thank you for listening. We love you, and we're excited for you. If this, you're thinking of starting your fasting journey, like my husband said, you can send us an email, or you can message us through the Sabalie website, and we're just here to help, and to help you grow with self-love.
That's right. And just much appreciation goes out to the people that have helped us and influenced us. Starts at Various Violet, then it goes to Taylor Budd, then it goes to Dr. Sabi, goes to Phil Valentine's. If it wasn't for Dr. Sabi, maybe we would have never met, but of course we would have attracted each other. The reason why is because we found each other in the Dr. Sabi group, We are not any of these entities. We are ourselves.